Hey guys, Charles here. I had a conversation with a man recently who told me that he does not like organized religion. He grew up in organized religion, and at a certain point in his life he rejected it, that he still is spiritual and he wants to have a natural, spiritual, or organic relationship with God, but he does not want to be part of any kind of organized religion. This is a really common mindset in a lot of people these days, but unfortunately, it is actually exposing something that's a little bit of an idealism or a fallacy in our hearts. And I'm speaking as a person who is, by my nature, more artistic, more free-flowing, someone who appreciates less boundaries instead of more boundaries. I have not historically liked rigidity or systems or structures as much as autonomy and being able to do whatever I want, whenever I want. However, because I loved a woman and married her and then wanted to have children, I now have a family of 7 people. And what I've found over the years is that no matter how organic or natural or free-flowing or loving or spiritual or inspirational you want to be, you have to organize yourself and be far more intentional the more that you want to have relationships with people that are beyond the surface and that are more than superficial. If you actually care about people and you want to have depth with them and do something that is impactful, you have to be intentional. You have to get organized and you have to be systematic about things. So every week I have a date night with my wife. I have dates with my children. We have play dates. We have sporting events. They're all pre-planned and pre-organized. Why? Not because we're rigid and structured or want to be controlling, but because we want to have love and make the maximum time in our lives to be intentional and have a deep knowledge of each other and share life together. A lot of times people who reject organized religion are rejecting it because they are saying, I don't want to be controlled, I don't want people to tell me what to do, and I don't want higher up kind of authorities taking advantage of me in any way, and I just don't trust that kind of system. And that is where the problem lies, but it's not really in religion, it's not really in the church. It's actually in the family, it's in the marketplace, in the work, it's in the church, it's in lots of places. Wherever there's growth, whether it's because of business or family or in spiritual things, then eventually the people who were the initiators of that growth, whether they be parents, entrepreneurs, or pastors, have to get organized. And oftentimes they make decisions from the core of the leadership team that are for their benefit because they have certain goals that they're trying to accomplish. Especially parents do this a lot. And so the children feel like the parents are just bossing them around or telling them what to do. Now, when you're little, you can't get away from this, but when you grow up under that kind of atmosphere, eventually you run away or you want to get out of it, right? People do this in the church whenever they feel like the people are making decisions for their own benefit and not thinking of them and loving them. So this is instructive for us in several ways. Number one, if you are a participant, whether you're a child with your parents, an employee with your employer, or a person in a church or some kind of organization who feels like there are decisions that are being made that are not in your best interest, I think it's okay to speak up. People should have humble but direct conversations with their leadership and say, this is the way the decisions that you've been making are affecting me, and I just wanted to present it to you and have a conversation about it. I really want to be here. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your leadership. I know you're doing the best you can, but can we talk through some of these things? Secondly, if you're on the leadership end, whether you're a parent or a pastor or some kind of manager in a workplace, if you're making decisions that are only good for you to create systems that are helpful for you to keep up with things in your house or in your workplace, then you might be missing it for the people who are on the receiving end. The end user experience is always what we as leaders should be after and thinking about, and we should be doing things that are for their good, for their development, for their benefit, as well as for our own end goals. So God bless you guys as you think about these things, and feel free to make notes on the blog if you have any other thoughts about this, any other various perspectives, or you just want to join in the conversation. All the best.